Hey team, it's Lou here. I was going to do this from my computer because normally when I jump on live, my little furry friend Panda likes to start barking. So bear with me and hopefully he stays quiet while we chat about this. So today I'm posing a true or false, because who doesn't love a little bit of a cryptic live? And my true or false is Facebook dead? So this is actually one of my most favourite topics. I talk about this quite a lot. You might have seen posts where I've talked about it before. And what you may or may not know is that I'm still a pretty huge advocate for good old Facebook. And we're going to talk about why I'm an advocate, and we're going to talk about how it's trending in terms of other social media platforms, and if it is still worth using it if you have been or have been thinking about using it for your business. So, as I mentioned, this came about because on the weekend a friend of mine and I were talking about social media. I love it when people talk to me about social media, especially their thoughts on different platforms, what other people have told them, and everything like that. So I am a bit of a nerd. I read tons of reports. I love looking at trends, not only within my business, looking at client trends, but also bigger trends through reports that are often released. So when people talk to me about this, I feel really confident in the argument that I pose. So we were talking about it because this person said she'd been talking to blah, 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 who was a really big endorser of Instagram, and how Instagram is taking over the world, how everything needs to be more video-based, how professional video, in particular to this one account we were talking about, should be more utilized. And we both got quite passionate about it because one of us had an opinion and the other one had a different opinion, and this is my jam, so I'm not too worried about other people's hearsay opinions when I know the stats that back up my arguments. So ultimately, to answer a question, is Facebook true? Is Facebook dead? True or false? 100% false. Look, at the end of the day, Facebook is like the head of Meta. It's the overarching platform. We know that there are platforms that live as sister companies or brother companies or whatever it is what we want to call them. So we've got Meta, which has got Facebook, and it's got Instagram, and it's got WhatsApp, and it's got other little bits and pieces in the AI space, and it's constantly developing. It is still the largest platform out of all of them. That includes TikTok. So in the last 12 months, Facebook has grown to 3 billion monthly active users, right? Which is still a growth on the year before that. So it's been a growth of 3.4% on the 12 months before. So every year, Facebook continues to see a growth in monthly active users. If this platform was dead, there would be a decrease in monthly active users. There would be less users on the platform. So whilst Facebook continues to grow with monthly active users, we can only back that Facebook is still very much alive. Now, in terms of statistically, and is it as fruitful as what it used to be when it came to growing or marketing a business in the online space? No, like when I started my online business 8 years ago, Facebook was the be-all end-all. I actually don't think any of the other platforms existed. It was all about getting into the online space, using Facebook ads to be able to boost your reach, talk about your laptop lifestyle, and the organic reach that we had was still huge on those business pages. Likely because it was still really new. Right? Now, I'm only speaking from my experience. I can't remember really much past 8 to 10 years ago, but in terms of its popularity for businesses. But I definitely know that there was a boom around that time because it's one of the reasons why I decided to leave corporate and start my business in the online space. We had a free tool to be able to get in front of ideal clients and customers, talk about our products and our services without having to pay huge amounts of money like we had done or what as business owners had done in the past. Now, what translated from that popularity was paid ads, of course, right? Facebook, which was now, as we know, called Meta, they then came up with an idea or a way in which they could monetize the popularity of that platform from business owners. So as we saw Facebook ads become a bigger trend, we saw organic reach go down. If business owners wanted to be utilizing the platform for business, then they had to start to pay to get more eyeballs on the content that they were sharing. And that is still very prevalent today. It's huge. So Facebook, of course, has got a few different ways in which we can connect with people. But when it comes to content posting on Facebook pages, organic reach is predominantly low. They want us to invest in paid ads to get more of a paid or to get more eyeballs. So what does that mean? So what that means is that Facebook's purpose started to move away from being everybody just post content on a Facebook page, right? So that was how it kind of all started. Then paid ads came in, and then I think maybe around the same time, again, I'm not sure of the timeline, but things like Facebook groups. Facebook is all about community. To my knowledge and understanding, and I haven't written a thesis on this, it always has been. It has always been about connecting people and about community. So Facebook groups then became very prevalent, and they still are today. If you were going to ask why you would use Facebook to grow a business, it would be because of the paid ad function, and it would be because of its group function. One is paid, the other one is free. We can join communities, online communities, where our like-minded customers and clients hang out. We can build relationships. We can get to know people. They can get to know us, and through organically building relationships, we have the opportunity to grow our business. We can then invest in paid ads to be able to put more of our content in front of people's faces. Algorithms help us with the Facebook groups, which I'm not going to go into, but they're the two main ways in which Facebook helps us as a business owner get in front of more people. Now, if you don't like Facebook as a platform, you're probably not listening to this. And if you do, if you don't like it and you are listening to it, then that's okay. You don't have to be using Facebook to grow your business. There are so many different online tools and platforms in which you can do that. You don't have to spend and invest energy in something that you don't like, which is why we're very lucky that in this day and age that we've got a lot of choice. Okay? Now, the downfalls of Facebook, whilst it's continuing to grow in monthly active users, the other statistics aren't trending so well in terms of reach and engagement. So whilst there's more people, it's still getting much harder for people's content to be seen, which is why we have community groups and why we have paid ads. Okay, so in terms of the organic reach and engagement, from what I have read, based on a report I've recently read, we're looking at across the board of a drop of 40%. Okay, so it's huge. That is a really big downside to using the Facebook platform. However, quoting what this report says, the good news is that the mass of active users is so large that regardless of the negative trend, Facebook still stands out in the absolute metrics as best in the industry. So just reconfirming, is Facebook dead? Absolutely not. Let me say that again. Facebook still stands out in absolute metrics among the best in the industry. So if you've chosen to use Facebook as a platform to help you grow your business, then you can feel confident that you are 100% still in the right place. Does it have benefits? Does it have cons? Absolutely, they all do. You need to decide whether they're going to work for you. You need to decide how you're going to utilize the platform and utilize how many people, active users on that platform, have available. Now, when it comes, as I said at the start, this came off because a friend of mine and I were talking about Instagram and its popularity and it's where it's at and blah, blah, blah. So my answer to that is Instagram is very popular. It is a platform that is currently combating its biggest rival, which is TikTok. Now, we don't know what is going to happen with TikTok now that President Trump is back in, and before that, everything got switched off, then it came back on. We've got no control over what happens to that social media platform or any others. So the next 12 months is going to be really interesting to see what happens in the TikTok space. What will continue to happen is Instagram will continue to evolve, and its main feature is video. So, which, as I said, combats the TikTok trend. So short format videos in that rectangular upright space, which is how, like that portrait, which is how we've been seeing reels. All content now is going to be shared in that same design. So if you've been doing static images and you haven't noticed the shift yet, you'll start to see it. But it's starting to visually look more like the TikTok platform too. Now, the difference, and where I see what's quite great, what I really like about Instagram, is that you don't have to constantly share video, okay? So you can also be sharing static images, which is just a singular graphic. So that might be a quote, it might be an infographic, it could be a picture of yourself or someone else if you're growing a personal brand, right? So we've still got the option to purely share images. We also, what is quite popular on Instagram at the moment, are carousel posts. Now, these are the ones that you can swipe through. The reason why these are so popular is because the different slides can reappear and be repurposed in the algorithm feed. So if you're scrolling through and you see a post and you see the first slide and you don't like it, let's say you jump back on tomorrow, Instagram might show you the fifth slide, because Instagram knows what you like best, and they might put the fifth slide in your face instead, and then you might like it. These are the benefits of the carousel graphics, because they get repurposed for us or reshared, and it gives our audience an opportunity to be able to engage again if they've missed the original, or they haven't caught, or the original hasn't caught the attention the first time around. So Instagram is definitely more playful, it's more creative, it's for creators, right? It's not for traditional business owners, it's for people who enjoy creating content, which is why the video is so prevalent and why predominantly reels go viral, are super creative, fun, they're a bit more exciting than your more traditional business owner like me, sitting here talking to you and then resharing that as a reel. It's not really that creative, it's informative, but the Instagram platform and its users really like the creativity that has been, really coming through over the last kind of 12 to 18 months to 2 years. So there are lots, and I can talk about all the other platforms too, but they're the main ones that I originally started talking about, which is what we're talking about now. So I guess, where do I see things going in the next 12 months? I just continue to see Facebook as being a giant that it is. Bigger businesses have got more money to play, and they like that, and they like that it's got more users on it. It's got 3 billion people for them to be able to get their paid ads in front of, so why wouldn't they want to invest money in that space when they can use data that's collected to get in front of their ideal customer and client? It's very unique in that sense. If we look at past or other ways of marketing, for radio, for example, we can't put our radio ads only in the ears of our ideal customers and clients, whereas Facebook and social media platforms, we have the opportunity to utilize algorithms, utilize data, utilize the tools that are given to us to be able to do that. However, we can also use our creativity on other platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, to be able to engage with a different type of ideal client should we choose to. If you don't want to, then that's okay as well. As I said at the start, you get to choose the platforms that align with you and your ideal clients and how you prefer to connect with them, not based on what everyone else tells you to do, and not based on certainly, basically what everyone else tells you to do, right? You do you, boo. And then, of course, we get to LinkedIn, but I'm going to talk more about LinkedIn in a different live because LinkedIn is trending high, my friends. It's an exciting platform. It's definitely somewhere where I have been spending more energy over the last couple of years. We are spending more energy and time for our clients on this platform, those who are building personal brands. And in the future, in the next live, I'm going to talk to you more about that. And why it's so amazing. And if you're not utilizing it, then you should be. And if you've been thinking about it, why you could be. And also, if you don't want to, again, then don't utilize the other platforms instead. So if you've got any questions about Facebook or any other marketing or social media trend or anything to do with content marketing, then I would love to hear from you. You can either send me a message, I respond myself, I manage these pages. Otherwise, you can go ahead and you can drop a comment below, ask me your question, and I'd love to chat about it. I love it, I'm passionate about it. And I'm excited to be able to talk more about these platforms, how to use them more powerfully to attract ideal clients, and of course trends as we go through 2025.